Good evening, Tallahassee. I'm student meteorologist Tyler Thaden here to bring you your Wednesday edition of FSU weather. Right now, if we can get our live look at Doak here, things are pretty cloudy at the moment. We're going to be discussing throughout the show how there's going to be some severe weather moving through our area throughout tonight and into the early hours of tomorrow morning as well. So lots planned for this show today. There's going to be a forecast for our spotlight city of Dallas as well. Here we go with that live look of Doak. As you can see here, right now 74 and cloudy, starting to sprinkle a bit as well with these storms starting to head into our area. With our current temperatures around the region right now, everybody sitting pretty moderately around the mid, well, it's actually towards our west, things are a bit cooler, below the 70s or around that 70-degree mark. But as we move east, you can see things warming up a bit, 81 in Valdosta and 75 out there in Perry. And looking at our futurecast, you can see, as I mentioned, those storms starting to move through our area throughout tonight and into the early hours of tomorrow morning. So going to have to keep an eye on that. Tonight's temperatures sitting around that 70-degree mark. And heading into tomorrow, things will warm up a bit, getting up to 79 with those morning thunderstorms. Our headlines for tonight, though, severe storms overnight in the Big Bend. We're also going to take a look at Dallas, our spotlight city, and bringing you your trusted national forecast. All this and more on FSU Weather.
Welcome to the Wednesday edition of FSU Weather. I'm student meteorologist Oceana Hayden, and we do have a great show for y'all tonight. Like Tyler was saying, we do have a lot of rain coming through. I know Wakulla County closed their schools tomorrow. Leon County, they delayed it, but we're still waiting on some more updates from that.
Yeah, it seems they might be holding out for a possibility of some changes in those storms. Definitely going to want to keep an eye on that if you have some children in the Leon County school system. Things are looking like it'll be pretty rough tomorrow in Tallahassee.
Yeah, so even if you are not in one of the public school systems, if you are here in FSU, keep watch of that weather. It's supposed to really hit between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. tomorrow. So if you have an 8 a.m. in the morning, definitely watch out for that and be careful on the roads. If you are driving, we do have a slight risk of severe thunderstorms. So that is still a pretty good risk of severe weather.
Yeah, that's right. You're definitely going to want to be staying weather aware if you're in and around Tallahassee tonight and tomorrow. Definitely make sure that you've got some weather alerts on your phone, perhaps, to make sure that you are aware of any storms should anything get too severe. Possibility of some tornadoes and a tornado watch as well. So just keep that in mind.
Yeah, that's right. We've had a tornado watch all day today, and if that does become a warning, definitely that means imminent danger. That means get into an inside room tonight. It could be into the overnight. But now we're going to pass things over to start off the show with Danielle.
Thanks, guys. And here again, a live look at Doak right now. We see these clouds rolling in, and right now it's 74 and cloudy. We have some southeast winds coming from the Gulf at 16 miles an hour, and we're looking for some pretty nasty weather coming in. But right now today for our temperature almanac, we see today we had a high of 81 and a low of 60. Pretty seasonal, pretty normal for this time of year right now. Definitely nothing extreme to be concerned. But as we go into our current temperatures right now, we do see 74 in Tallahassee, 70 in Quincy, 77 in Thomasville, and even 81 in Valdosta. So we're staying pretty moderately warm right now and muggy as we have some weather rolling in. And our dew points are supporting that claim, as we have 65 in Tallahassee, 68 in Apalachicola. And the closer that these dew points are to our normal temperatures, the more moisture we have in the air and the more instability we will have creating for these storms. Here again for the wind speed and direction, we do see coming from the Gulf and the southeast, we have 16-mile-an-hour winds right now, 10 in Thomasville and 12 in Valdosta. It is kind of gusty right now, and we do expect that to increase over into later on tonight. And our SPC storm outlook right now, our eastern regions are in a marginal risk. Tallahassee has been sitting in a slight risk now for quite some time, and some of our more western areas are more enhanced. And as we move into tomorrow, hopefully that will subside as we will stay between marginal and slight risk for Tallahassee in our eastern areas. And we're going into our current local radar right now. We did have some severe thunderstorms coming in, and as we see, we have this line coming through, and there's kind of a bow a little bit coming in as we go, and this will enter the area probably in a couple of hours. It is expected to bring some hail and strong winds most likely, but as we go into our future cast going into tomorrow morning, we'll see this storm passing through. That is delaying some school starts going into tomorrow morning in our area. Downtown Tallahassee, again, we see those gloomy skies coming in. Dog walk forecast, we do see that we have tomorrow morning not a good time to walk, so maybe wait a little bit, but as we go into tonight's low temps, we will be seeing in the 70s, and that will continue on into tomorrow as we have that rain coming in. But as we go into the 7-day outlook, we do have more to look forward to. So we will have rain tomorrow, but more sunshine and cool temperatures. But Oceana, tell us what's going on in the rest of the state.
Thanks, Daniela. So the rest of the state is looking pretty similar to Florida right now. We are looking pretty cloudy here in Pensacola, Jacksonville, but we do have a little sunshine peeking through. Orlando at 82 degrees, but we did just get a little bit of new news here in Tallahassee. Florida State is delaying their school starts for tomorrow, so till 11 a.m. So if you do have an 8 a.m. tomorrow, lucky for you, you do not have to go, but that is just really accentuating how severe these storms could get tomorrow morning here in this tri-state area right here by Tallahassee. But back to Florida, 64 degrees in Pensacola. They are experiencing some rain right now from that storm pushing through. 80 and sunny in Key West. The entire state staying pretty moist right now. All of our dew points are pretty close to our current temperature. 65 is our dew point here in Tallahassee, 63 Jacksonville. We have a really higher dew point in Key West, 73, 65 in Miami. All around we're staying pretty moist, honestly, for the next 24 hours at least. Once this storm goes through, though, look forward to some drier dew points here in the Panhandle. We are going to get down into the 40s for our dew points, back to our drier air that we got to experience all winter, just for a little bit longer here in the Panhandle at least. Right here, we do see that storm making its way over here. Right now, it is heading through our west into the New Orleans area, but it has not really made its way fully into the Tallahassee region just yet. Just some scattered showers as of right now, but we do see that looks pretty severe and is heading in pretty quickly here. Tomorrow, Pensacola, you should be pretty much through with the storm. It will be pretty windy though. Friday, Saturday looking stunning, very sunny, 77 on Friday, 78 on Saturday. Jacksonville, pretty similar story, except you will be experiencing those thunderstorms tomorrow. 78 degrees, 90% chance of storms, but Friday and Saturday, your weekend in Jacksonville and in Tampa is going to be beautiful. Thursday is the day to look out for here in Tampa as well. We have 90% chance of those thunderstorms rolling through, 100% chance in Orlando actually. So tomorrow is going to be a day full of rain, but the weekend is looking gorgeous for the entire state of Florida. Miami, 86 tomorrow and windy. You will not be experiencing much of this severe weather at all, but make sure you heed warning to the wind. Tonight's forecast in Florida, 68 in Tallahassee and 63 in Pensacola, 76 Miami, 72 Fort Myers. Tomorrow's forecast is looking pretty similar to today, but like I had mentioned, there is going to be a lot of rain heading through the area. 80 in Tampa, 88 actually in Miami. You are nearing the 90s in Miami, but overall, the rain is heading into tomorrow. So is the southeast looking any better, Tyler?
Unfortunately, not quite. The system that's moving through the area is pretty large, and it's going to be impacting a lot of areas in our southeast region. As we take a look at some of our live feeds right now, things aren't looking too bad. The sky is still peeking through here in Orlando, with things getting pretty cloudy out there in Atlanta and Charleston in South Carolina, looking nice for the moment. But again, those storms will be moving through the area, and those conditions are set to change. Currently, though, temperatures are looking fairly nice for the most part. Towards the western side of our viewing area here, you can see a lot cooler temperatures around those high 60s. But as we move east, particularly in Florida, things warm up quite a bit, as Oceana was discussing. 82 in Orlando, 79 in Tampa, and Miami at 79 as well. So a bit of a disparity between those two sides of the southeast there. And as we look at our dew points, things are pretty muggy right now, particularly out there in Louisiana and New Orleans. 68 degrees right now, and that's pretty close to the current temperature. So very muggy conditions at the moment, and all this moisture is just associated with that storm system that is moving through the area at the moment. And as we talk about that storm system, it's important to look at this SPC storm outlook. Right now, things are looking like the concentrated severe chance is going to be in and around us here in Tallahassee. Currently sitting, looks like a moderate in Tallahassee at the moment, and that spreads out to a slight and a marginal around some areas of southern Alabama and Georgia as well. So if you're in any of those areas, you're definitely going to want to stay weather aware and keep an eye on this storm system as it moves through our area. And looking at winds, that's going to be another threat with this storm system moving through. Very high winds. Right now, 16 miles an hour here in Tallahassee as well as Tampa, and getting up there as well in Miami, 14 miles an hour. Charleston at 17. Very windy conditions throughout the entirety of the southeast right now. So that's just going to be another thing you have to make sure you're keeping an eye on as this system moves through. You can also see here in and around Tallahassee, we've got a tornado watch at the moment. So again, that severe threat is very important to keep an eye on. You're definitely going to want to have alerts on your phone tonight, as I mentioned. Got some upper level water vapor imagery here, just further showing you how severe these storms might be. A lot of moisture associated with this system, and that's going to help with the severity that it produces. But luckily, as we look into the future, it should move through our area fairly quickly as we head into tomorrow, early morning hours. Should be the last that you have to deal with it. By the time we get to the afternoon, hopefully it will be out of our viewing area, or out of our area completely, and we'll have a nice weekend to enjoy those clear skies after this storm moves through. Rainfall forecast looking pretty heavy. Lots of rain, particularly up in Alabama and Georgia. And heading into tonight, we've got those thunderstorm chances and some temperatures sitting around pretty much either side of that 70-degree mark for the most part. And heading into tomorrow, as I mentioned, thunderstorms in the morning for areas around here and keeping temperatures pretty cool. But now, Daniela, there's a lot of rain in and around Tallahassee right now. What's there to do?
Yes, Tyler, thank you. So as we go into our area cameras, we do see, our Sportsplex right now. We see clouds all around everywhere, especially in our area. Sportsplex and Panama City, Lake Bradford, Northeast Tallahassee, we all have that nasty weather coming in. So that trend will continue on for the next several hours. And as we go into our downtown Tallahassee again, we do see that gray cloud cover coming in as the sun is going down. And again, our local radar right now, we have severe thunderstorms coming in and expected. We do also have a tornado watch, as we previously mentioned, and we will have this line of storms come in. And we do have a risk of hail, high wind gusts, and potentially tornadoes as we move into tonight. So going into that, we'll have our Wednesday karaoke forecast, and I would personally suggest don't go out tonight. Just stay in, enjoy Movie In, and keep those alerts on your phone. We're going to have that wind and rain coming in. And what to wear tomorrow, well, as now that school getting delayed, we may not need that umbrella going in the class tomorrow or your morning commute, depending on how early you need to go out. We suggest to stay in as late as possible, but by the time we're supposed to be in class, hopefully you'll just be able to need a t-shirt and your backpack, because it's going to be close to 80 degrees. And also one thing to look forward to tomorrow after the weather would be to come and support our Noles as they play Miami at Dick Howser Stadium tomorrow night. And it will be mostly cloudy, but 72 degrees and very pleasant for some spring baseball. As we go into our dog walk forecast tomorrow morning, we do not suggest to bring your furry friend outside at between 7 and 9 a.m. But hopefully after that, if you are able to, we would love to go out around 11 when everything starts clearing out, and we will have some of that drier air and cooler air coming in. Right now, airport delays, we have no delays as of now. However, that can be subject to change coming into the oncoming hours. But so far, we're so clear all around the southeast and in New York right now. We have no delays going in, so for flights, we're pretty good to go. And an idea for this weekend, Tom Brown Park. We do have some BMX biking if you want to do some cool tricks on bikes. And it will be sunny and 84 degrees. We will have some great spring weather to enjoy. So if you want to go to Tom Brown Park and discover what it all has to offer, all its trails, all its cool biking BMX trails and playgrounds, it's awesome. So for tonight's forecast, we will see those storms rolling in. We will stay mostly in the 70s, some upper 60s as we move to South Georgia. And we go into our weekend planner right now. We will see that rain and those storms rolling in tonight, but as we come into Friday, we will have that lovely weather, sunny weather to come into our weekend. So maybe it'll be a good day to go to the beach or go out to the park and enjoy. But as we move on, Oceana, tell us what's next.
So let's zoom out a little bit into the nationals. So across the entire United States, we're looking pretty mild as far as temperatures are concerned. Our lowest point being here in Bismarck at 53 degrees, 53 in Billings, Montana as well, sitting 68 Albuquerque, 74 San Antonio, 71 in Atlanta. We are seeing a little bit warmer of temperatures right now across the entire nation. Right here we see this dry line though. The entire southeast is looking pretty moist right now due to a lot of that weather that is pushing through that we have really been emphasizing this entire show. But our western portion of the United States is sitting really dry. We have dew points of 20 in Denver, 17 in Billings, 41 in Seattle, and 14 in Albuquerque. Our higher dew points being in the eastern portion of the United States, 63 in Miami. Our upper level water vapor shows right where that storm is going to be pushing through in our south region, pushing right through Tallahassee, Alabama, and Mississippi border. But we also see this orange coming through into the Texas region. That is also some moist air coming in, bringing in a lot of that weather. And around this weather is that warm front really doing a little loop around the southeast into Louisiana and Arkansas, and this cold front across the entire Midwest region stretching all the way up into Canada, Chicago, and St. Louis. That is going to bring some rain, but of course leave some high pressure and hopefully some good days ahead right behind it. Our low pressure on the western portion is centered up in Portland and in Washington. We do have another cold front up there as well that could bring some potential showers to the western region of the United States. Here's our storm outlook. This is very important. The entire region of the southeast stretching into Missouri, Arkansas, even parts of Oklahoma having non-severe but still a threat of thunderstorms. Our thing we really want to point out here is this bullseye right here. Tallahassee, we are seeing almost an enhanced to moderate risk in this tri-state area down here, stretching down into a slight and a marginal. So really all across this Georgia, Alabama, Tallahassee region right there is where we will be seeing some of those threats. That will move north later this week into tomorrow though. It's going to push through, and that will be into the northeast a little bit more. We will see some enhanced risk for thunderstorms if you are in the northeast region. Our outlook will look a little bit better on day 3 as we head non-severe into the other regions of the United States. For our active alerts, these are also extremely important to look at. We mentioned we do have a tornado watch in Tallahassee right now. If we do get into a warning, that is definitely important that you keep watch and listen for those alerts. I think the watch expires at 9 p.m. So if they do renew that, keep an eye out for that. That means that conditions are favorable for a tornado. We also have some watches here in Nebraska, South Dakota for fire watch, fire advisories into this drought monitor. You see it's very dry in those regions, hence the red flag warnings that they are seeing as well. Also exceptionally dry in El Paso. Into tonight, we could dip into some freezing temperatures, unfortunately, in Denver, 32 and 32 in Billings as well. The rest of the United States sitting a little bit farther from freezing, however. Memphis 56, Chicago 48, Seattle 43, San Francisco 50, all across the area. Our warm point being the lovely Miami at 76 degrees tonight. Tomorrow our temperatures will remain pretty similar. We're looking really sunny, 83 San Antonio, 57 in Minneapolis, almost hitting 90 in Miami at 88, and over on the west coast, Los Angeles at 68 degrees tomorrow. Now we're going to move things and zoom in a little bit into Dallas.
Yeah, that's right. It's time for our Spotlight City, and today we are going to be traveling to Dallas, Texas. Luckily, talking about Dallas, we'll be talking about a bit more pleasant weather than we've been discussing for the majority of the show. Right now, sitting at 58 degrees and mostly cloudy. Still pretty breezy at the moment, though, with some 16-mile-an-hour winds coming out of the north and northwest. But as we look at comparing these temperatures to the average for this time of year, you can see they're pretty well below that average, 10 degrees below that average of 75 degrees in their high, and only 3 degrees above their average low, sitting at 57 for today. So very pleasant conditions in Dallas, to get out and enjoy the weather. Certainly nowhere near that very unpleasant record of 98 degrees set back in the 60s. But as we look at our day planner for tomorrow in Dallas, you can see very nice 0% chance of rain across the board, and pretty pleasant temperatures, only getting up to 73 degrees around 5 p.m. But very nice weather to get out and enjoy the sun, especially since it looks like they've just gotten past dealing with that storm system that's heading our way later tonight. Right now, clear skies throughout pretty much the entirety of Texas, so very nice weather at the moment. And as we look at the future, as you can see, that storm system moves out of the way, and those temperatures will drop into tonight to around the low 50s to high 40s, and then move up into the day, sitting around that 70-degree mark for the most part. So nice sunny conditions, great to get outside and enjoy that weather. Dew points, not looking too muggy either, sitting around that 50-degree mark either side of that. Not too muggy, shouldn't be any unpleasant conditions to be outside during the day. And looking into tonight, as I mentioned, things dropping pretty significantly, getting into those upper 40s and low 50s, and clear skies. So maybe if you want to get out and look at the stars, great conditions to do that if that is something that you enjoy doing. But as we look at the weekend in Dallas, you see temperatures getting up to up in and around that 80-degree mark. We've got sunny conditions pretty much throughout the entirety of this weekend, so great to get out, maybe go to the pool, go for a walk, whatever it is you like to do when the weather is nice outside. It's looking like perfect conditions to do that. And heading into Monday as well, conditions still looking pretty nice, 20% chance of rain, so might be the possibility of some scattered showers, but shouldn't be anything you really have to worry about for making any outdoor plans. But now let's bring things back over to us here in Tallahassee with Oceana to bring you that local one more time.
Thanks, Tyler. So one more look at Doak Campbell Stadium. It is looking really cloudy right now. As you can see, that storm system is pushing its way through currently, probably going to get a little bit worse towards 10 p.m. tonight. So if you do have plans to head out, definitely watch out for that rain that's coming through. But right now we are sitting at 73 degrees, pretty mild temperatures, but definitely very muggy. Our area cameras are showing a lot of that cloud coverage. Down in St. George Island on the coast, it is very cloudy. Same at FSU Panama City. Not too much sunshine in sight at all right now. Here's our local radar. This is what we're looking at right now. We do have that tornado watch in effect in the Tallahassee and to the western portion of Florida into Mariana and Ponce de Leon and Panama City as well. That rainstorm is really pushing through that western portion of the Florida Panhandle right now, and it will hit us in just a few hours. Our current temperatures: 74 Tallahassee, 68 Donaldsonville, 75 Thomasville, and down by the coast, 72 in Apalachicola. Tonight, things will be pretty mild as well. High 60s in Quincy and Bainbridge, 71 in Tallahassee, but really the entire region, you're probably not going to want to be outside at all tonight during this severe weather. For our day planner, 6 a.m. to 9 a.m. is when a lot of the storm is going to be still pushing through. We see a little bit less of a chance, 50% at 9, but you're probably good to go by noon tomorrow to head outside. But remember, that rainstorm is coming on really early into tonight. You see right through like 3 a.m. into 7 a.m. is when a lot of that severe weather will be heading on through. Our haircast shows that it is a little bit more muggy tomorrow just because a lot of that storm system's pushing through. But by Thursday afternoon, it will get a little bit drier as that storm system is fully out of the way. Our pollen report shows high tree and grass pollen. So unfortunately, if you're like me, and you have some severe allergies, it's not getting too much better for the tree and grass pollens. Tomorrow's forecast, we show a lot of thunderstorms, but really a lot of that will be out of the way before midday. By midday, which is very nice, your afternoon should be looking pretty sunny. 79 Tallahassee, 74 Apalachicola. And our week ahead is looking absolutely beautiful. Saturday and Sunday, lots of sunshine this weekend. But Daniela, what is your favorite thing to do on a rainy day?
That's a great question. I honestly love to stay in or honestly study. I'm really busy with classes, but if I don't study, I definitely will chill at home and enjoy myself, either watch my favorite TV show or just binge watch anything that I feel that, I ever want, But there's a lot going on. Today's been a pretty active day, I will say. The severe weather has brought a lot to the southeast region, and even like New Orleans, catastrophic flooding. We even saw in Slidell, Louisiana, some damage, and as we go and that storm pushes eastward towards us, we have been seeing some windy weather and severe weather on the Panhandle, and as that comes in tonight, we'll see what that gives us going into tomorrow morning. But let's reiterate, we will have delay of classes tomorrow, so all classes before 11 a.m. for FSU will be canceled. That'll be good for me. I don't have to go to my 8 a.m. physics recitation. That's exciting. Still have to take my calc exam though, so it could be worse. But, you know, hopefully that's something to look forward to for you guys. I know that finals are coming up, so hopefully that's a little bit of a good break to sleep in and enjoy yourself. But most importantly tonight, as we have these storms roll in, we would like to reiterate, keep those warnings on your phone and stay weather aware. So as we go into that, we will, of course, like to follow us on Twitter at FSU Weather. Make sure to follow all of our socials. And also like us on Facebook at FSU Weather. And don't forget to watch us live on YouTube if you're not right now, and subscribe to us at FSU Weather. And follow us on Instagram at FSU Weather. And if you feel so inclined, follow us on TikTok at FSU Weather. We have some good stuff there. But I'm student meteorologist Daniela Streeting. Here's a live look at your 7-day forecast. Have a great night.